Hi, my name is Taylor, and I will be talking about Chapter 6 for Media Ethics at Work. And as I discussed earlier in some of my videos, this is a book about situations that people have, like in their work environment, that relate to ethics. So I thought that was interesting. So for this story, it talks about Jenny Quinn, and she is an assistant of a PR agency. She's an executive assistant of a PR agency, which she runs or helps boost up the social media and like help content get out. So that's the basis of her in this story. So I want to talk about the beginning of the situation. So as the story starts, it talks about her, and they have this rap artist that comes in, and he is about to have a concert or is about to release a new album soon, and he wants to go in tween and teen chat rooms and pretend to be their age. He wants Jenny Quinn and some of her people to pretend to be 12-year-olds and teens to help persuade them or like get them to go listen to his music. And he wants them to do it like in the times like it would be most popular or like most of them would be on. And she just thought that in her head that just wasn't right. That just didn't stand up to the ethical values that she had set for her. And as you go through the story, it goes more into depth, and I'll go more into depth for you. And so it talks about ethical communication requires open and honest participation by all parties. And Quinn's public relations agency was asking her to lie to the campaign's target audience. And that's her just, in her ethical standards and her values, she just thought that was wrong. Hiding behind an organization's name was quickly identified as a strategy, but best avoided in virtual public relation efforts. So that was a strategy, but he didn't want that. The artist didn't want to do it that way, and the firm didn't think that that was a good way to do it. So and then it talks about the Potter box, as I talked about in the last chapter, and it talks about how you can use that to make your decision or come up with your final thought. And so that was a good way for me, like if I was in that situation, for me to relate. So I'll go through the rest of the story for you. So as she goes and she talks to them, she just doesn't feel like that's right. And with her values and her PRSA standards, she just didn't feel like that was a good thing. And so she went to go talk to the agency and talk to the head person. Sorry, I felt like there's something in my eye. And talk to the head person, and she came up with a different strategy. And she just thought that by trying to just do it the classic way and just use normal standards to publish his or put out his music and put it on radio, put it on, try to get people to post it, just anywhere, because she just didn't feel like she wanted to try to act like a 12-year-old. So they did that, and the music person or the artist didn't get as much participation as he wished he would. And so they were very let down and very disappointed. And so it ended up where they lost that client. And Quinn felt very bad. She just felt like that was very her fault, and like she was in the wrong, but she really wasn't in the wrong, because she was trying not to lie and hold up ethical standards. But in the end, she she realized that if she wanted to keep a long-term beneficial relationship as a viable globe for her client, her course was clear. She had to stand on her principles and refuse to participate in unethical behavior no matter what happened in the result. So the firm did not follow the ethical behavior, and so she did want to follow the ethical behavior, and she just came to the conclusion that it is what it is, and sometimes it is what it is. But relating it to me, I feel like I could understand her situation. Like, there is right and wrong, and if you know something's wrong, like, and you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. But like, there is consequences, and so sometimes like you have to weigh out the pros and the cons. But then again, like, if you have those standards and you don't want to break those standards, then that's how you feel. Like, that's your ethical values, and that's what you stand by. And a lot of people, some people appreciate them, some people don't, and so sometimes it's kind of tug and pull. So, well, thank you, and this was a great chapter. I enjoyed reading it, so yeah.